Hi, and welcome to this week's Wellness Wander.
I'm Alex Summers, and I'm the Glasshouse Supervisor here at the Botanic Gardens.
And on today's wander, I thought I'd take you through some of my favourite spring haunts.
And so today we start on the Fairway.
Spring's breaking out everywhere. You can see in the distance there, ACER GRISEUM, or the paperbark maple, one of the key components of the winter garden. A lovely red tint to all the new leaves. If we look up the fairway, a river of daisies replaces what is usually tightly mown grass. It's absolutely stunning. As the buttercups start to come in, we look to the long grass area. And if we get in a little bit closer, one of my favourite plants in the garden, RHINANTHUS minor,
Or yellow rattle.
it's a hemiparasite, and it parasitizes the grasses up here, which allows us to establish a whole array of other wildflowers. As we move down the fairway, you see cherries, including the bird cherry, absolutely covered in white fireworks
Of inflorescences.
and one of the stunning Japanese flowering cherries there, PRUNUS.
SHOGETSU.
And then the dark, foreboding ACER PLATANOIDES, GOLDSWORTH purple. You can see it's a dry year, but still, life is everywhere. In the far distance, we've got the conical silhouette there of one of our many METASEQUOIAs, of which the Gardens was the first to include one of these outside of China. And we've moved from the fairway to a quite different part of the garden, the woodland. And I'll start with this, one of my favourite trees, full stop. It's a stunning specimen of DAVIDIA INVOLUCRATA, or the handkerchief tree. It's in full bloom. Just to give you an idea of those fantastic handkerchief structures, I've got a couple down for you. And if we just look in there, there's a blackbird washing itself in the stream. If we step back a little bit, you can see a fantastic specimen of CERCIDIPHYLLUM JAPONICUM, the KATSURA tree. If you come by in autumn, just as it loses its leaves, a lovely smell of toffee apples wafts around the air. I know Sally's been up the stream with you, but it remains one of my favourite bits of the garden. I thought it'd be nice to take an opportunity to see how it's moved on in the past couple of weeks. In front of us we can see the GUNNERA. Its massive leaves have thrust up, and in the next month or so, these will come to dominate this area. And beneath them, the bizarre inflorescence structures. These flower spikes are made up of many tiny little flowers. And you see the repeating umbrellas of the GUNNERA up the stream garden. And then the primulas, which are just starting to go over, are being replaced by Thalictrum, meadow rue, Ligularia. And the yellow flag iris. Really see spring starting to come in, and the herbaceous structure of these plantings is really starting to develop out. But there's one plant that really stands out from all the others at this time of year. It's a Euphorbia griffithii. There's these stunning bright orange bracts around the flowers against the surrounding lime green. Absolutely shines out.
And finally, the glasshouses. Well, it seemed the most appropriate place to finish. And whilst there's so much going on at this time of year under glass, I wanted to pick out a couple of my highlights this year. The first of these is an aroid, the Canary Island voodoo lily, Dracunculus canariensis. And unlike its Mediterranean cousin, the flowers smell sweetly of pineapples. And as you can see, it's just coming to the end of its blooming period. Just catching it here early evening. And the smell of pineapple is fantastic. And then, as I move out into the corridor, we can see the Canary Island bellflower, Canarina canariensis. And these orange bells provide a bit of light relief to winter. We pass one of the last blooms on the bird of paradise flower, Strelitzia reginae. But before I finish with my pièce de résistance, I thought it only appropriate to drop in on our carnivorous planters. The Sarracenias at this time of year are covered in blooms, and these are just as bizarre as the pictures, which are a modified leaf structure. And alongside them are the trigger plants, Stylidium graminifolium. And let's see if I can just get one of these to trigger. Oh, there it was. And you can see that the male and female parts of the flower just wrapped around to tap the bee or any other pollinator that turns up on the bum. And so I thought I'd finish our tour today in continents apart. And there's a good reason for me choosing continents apart. And that's because the plant we've been waiting for to flower since last August has finally started to open its blooms. And there you can see the red tips of those emerging. Absolutely amazing. Dorianthus excelsa, or the gymna lily. It's from Australia, and it has these huge inflorescences. It's related to the agave, and over the course of the next week or two, we should hopefully see all of those blooms open up the spike. Well, thank you for joining me today, and I hope that you're all keeping safe and well in your gardens, and keep watching so we can share more of the Botanic Gardens with you over the course of the next couple of weeks.